He loves it already. Can't get him off it.
Let's go down the road.
Good morning. It's Sunday morning again, and today's ride is going to be a little bit cozy because today it's just Chris and I.
Morning.
So all the other guys we usually come out with have got prior arrangements, family commitments, so they couldn't make it out. But we still need to get those miles in. So Chris and I, being hardcore, we've come out together. Now today's ride, we're off to a very nice little cafe that I've heard about that I've never been to. Have you ever been to it?
Yes.
So yeah, we're off to Poppy's Tea Room.
It's named after the dog Poppy, and so you have Poppy's breakfast, and there's another dog whose name I've forgotten, and will probably be mortally offended when she sees the video. But she also has a breakfast, but it's the vegetarian one.
Yeah, no, I need a sausage and an egg. We're already about 7 miles in, and I must say, the wind has been absolutely killer this morning, hasn't it?
Not even windy, that's the thing, until you get on the bike. And then it's like force 9.
But for now, we're on my favourite street ever, Horse Street in Saffron Walden, is this? Arxton. I think that's Saffron Walden. But it's a lovely, quiet country road, very little traffic. Whoa! I mean, it would be nicer if there was some sun, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. So we've just climbed to the top of this hill, and I thought I'd stop here because this is actually the top of a local hill climb championship called the Arxton Hill Climb Championship, and it's down that way. So we tried coming up it a little while ago just to see how we fared against the real climbers who take part in the championship, and I think the fastest it's been climbed is something ridiculous, like 2.5 minutes. And so I came up and I got to the top completely out of breath. I thought to myself, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I reckon that was 4 or 5 minutes. I reckon I didn't do too badly there. I didn't embarrass myself too much. When I got back and I looked at the Strava data, 11 minutes. I think I've got some work to do on my climbing, but we're actually massively ahead of time. Chris and I have been pushing it, and despite having gone up quite a few hills this morning, we're currently pushing 16 miles an hour. So we have both commented on a couple of occasions, why are we going so fast? Because as it currently stands, we're going to get to the tea room about half an hour before it opens. So I think we're going to take it a bit more leisurely and sedate now, but we are going to go down the hill, pick up a bit of speed down there, but then yeah, when we get to the bottom, try and take it a bit easy, because no one likes sitting outside a tea room for half an hour waiting for it to open. Right, let's get down the hill. So just before I head down the hill, I should point out that I am once again having problems with my rear brake, in that it literally is not doing anything at the moment. My back wheel can still turn fully, even with the back brake fully engaged. So I'm going to go full send down this hill at about 40 miles an hour with just a front brake. So let's see how this goes. Well, it wasn't quite 40 miles an hour, but it wasn't far off. Woo! Fast enough to make my eyes water. Right, now for a much more sedate pace. Oh. I'm not sure if I was high when I plotted this route last night, but I've just brought us up another 12% hill. Now, because it was so steep, I didn't even get it on video. But here's a graphic representation of how it felt. Well, it was something like that anyway. You'll have to take my word for it. It was 12%. You'll also be happy to know that my squeaky back brake caliper is still squeaking. I thought I'd fixed it last week, but apparently not.
It's almost become like a companion now.
I'm gonna miss it. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm gonna miss it when it goes. It's a bit of bird song. Headwind! So we've just stopped quickly because we are definitely going to get to Poppy's Tea Rooms too quickly. So we've stopped to look at the route and just make a bit of a diversion. But while we've stopped, the recent video where we went to St Albans and Chris's rear through axle fell out. The reason I was confused about Chris's through axle is because mine has a retaining nut on the drive side of the through axle. So the through axle screws in through here into this threaded side of the chain and seat stay. But then mine has this little retaining nut here, because if you imagine, the through axle is being screwed in clockwise and the wheel is going anti-clockwise. So there's every chance that if there's a bit of grit that gets stuck inside the hub, it can become a bit draggy on the through axle, and the wheel could start undoing the through axle. That's why you have the retaining nut on the other side as almost like a lock nut to keep it locked in. Chris's doesn't have that, which is why I was confused, but it seems that inside his through axle there's no thread for a retaining nut. So we were initially thinking, well, has the retaining nut fallen out? And then realised that actually it doesn't take a retaining nut. The other strange thing about his bike, and I assume that this is done for a reason because it is a Cannondale, so it's not like some fly-by-night cycle company, but on one side of the chainstay and seat stay he has the screw thread for the through axle. On the other side it has a dropout. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that is, what the benefit of that is. So the non-drive side, where you screw the through axle in, has a dropout. It's not a hole as you would normally have for the through axle to go through. Very strange, but I'm sure Cannondale have their reasons for that.
Whereas us in the Rim Brake Collective have no such issues, just saying.
Smug bugger. Right, let's get this diversionary route and make a round route to Poppy's tea room, because I'm getting quite hungry now. Well, we've made it to the cafe, and we're only 10 minutes early. Hello. So I said this ride was going to be cosy. Chris and I have now got a nice romantic table for two. Where's the flowers and the mariachi band? Well, that is breakfast done once again, and we've come back out from the cafe, and despite the fact that the sun is trying to come out, it's just started raining, and I haven't brought my waterproof jacket, unlike Chris, who obviously thought ahead. And the other thing that's killing us at the moment is this headwind. It doesn't seem to matter which direction we go, we've got a headwind. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it with the wind muff that I've got on the GoPro, but believe me, it's definitely there.
The funny thing is, when I tucked in behind you just then, still a headwind. Where's it coming from? Because you can't see it in the trees.
Even drafting, you're not safe. I mean, it is very pretty when you get to the top of these country lanes, but it enough make it windy. And this is a problem with having 50mm deep aero profile wheels, is that you can't ride no-handed, because any sort of crosswind will just absolutely take you out. But unfortunately now ahead of us I see quite a steep climb. So let's see how steep this one is. Oh, it's only 4%. Don't believe it. 7%, there we go. So the rain has started again, unfortunately, but we were just chatting about our good friend Jimmy, who unfortunately hasn't been able to make it out today because his good lady wife is on a girls' weekend in Spain. Who sanctioned that? So yes, Mrs. Jimmy is away this weekend, which means that Jimmy himself is on kiddie duty. So he's not been able to make it out with us this morning. So Chris and I were just saying, knowing Jimmy, he's probably twitching at home, doing circuits around his kitchen. You are well missed, Jimmy. Looking forward to seeing you back next weekend, mate. Although Chris said, for all he cares, you can stay away forever. Not my words, not my words. Well, it appears my route has taken us on yet another absolute monster of a climb. When will I learn? Amazingly, there's no wind now. Well, that hill is a lovely 16% descent when you're going the other way. Woo! That is a burner going up. 16%. That's sorts of men from the boys. And unfortunately, I feel very much the latter, not the former.
Maxed out 183 beats a minute. That's when I sat down. Is an MFB of a hill?
It is an MFB. We'll let you figure out what MFB stands for. Right. Are there any more hills?
It's a bit.
The rest of the trip is fairly undulating, so that'll be fun. As Chris says, there's been quite a lot of rain here recently and a lot of the roads have been flooded. and because of that it drags all of the gravel and sediment down the hill. And so a few of the roads we've been on today have been almost like we should have brought the gravel bikes. A lot of the roads still to come are going to be like that, but let's just hope the skinny 25mm tyres can cope with it. And there we go, there's the gravel paths and all the sediment along the road. Whoa, car! Oh, and a horse.
A bunch of walkers up there. And when I say a bunch...
So a horse rider has just warned us that there is apparently a bunch of walkers up here. So let's see what this brings. Oh, here we go. And I'm in the wrong gear. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm alright, I'm alright, I'm alright. Morning. Morning. Morning, thank you. Morning. Morning.
Morning, good morning.
That really was a bunch of walkers. So Chris has just asked, what's the collective noun for a group of aged walkers? And we've come up with a pension of walkers. Yeah, it won't be long before we're doing it. So I've just noticed that despite these hills that we've been climbing today, we're still averaging just over 15 miles an hour. And so Chris has just made a very apt point. I don't think it has anything to do with the conversation pace that we usually ride with our group of friends. I think they're just holding us back. We are clearly the quickest in the group. I think we're gonna have to cut the deadwood loose. I think it'll just be Chris and I from now on. And so just as one last kick in the knackers, the last mile to get home turns out to be another MFB. Tell you what though, I'm extremely glad I made the decision not to bring the heavy steel gravel bike today. Much better on a carbon fibre. Right, well I think that was the final big climb before we get back home. And talking of getting back home, I think we might just have to go and knock on Jimmy's door, just to let him maybe stroke the bikes so he gets his fix for the day. It's amazing how much easier it is to climb a hill when you're drafting.
Hello!
Thought we'd come and see you.
How are you guys? Thanks for popping in.
We thought we'd let you just come and stroke the bike.
Do you know what I've done this morning? I haven't felt a bike this morning, but I went on the rowing machine instead. So I went for a little run and then I've got on the rowing machine.
Oh, I'll tell you what, while we're here, give me a couple of minutes. So while we're chatting with Jimmy, it's just reminded me I've got something to show him. I'll swap you, give it a ride.
Oh man. Salmon for GBR.
So that is the 90s mountain bike that I'm going to be building into a gravel bike for Jimmy over the next few weeks. So look out for that video coming soon. But for now, I need to clean the bike down, have another look at this squeaky brake, because once again that was driving me crazy this weekend. But that was a nice 37 miles, and despite the quite high average speed, I say quite high for us, I appreciate it's not high in the grand scheme of things, it was very conversational, it was a very nice ride. So yeah, unfortunately Jimmy, all the rest of the lads, they missed out on a very good ride this weekend, but we've got a plan back out for next weekend, so most of us will be back together again, which will be nice. But yeah, for now, clean the bike down, sort the brake out, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. So as ever, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. So all the other guys that we normally come out with have got prior agreements. No, not prior agreements. Try again. So I've just climbed to the... that my squeaky back caliper. But I mean, I can't speak. Chris has pointed out, or yeah, Chris has pointed... And this is a problem with having 50 feet. So if... Oh, I'm in the wrong gear again. And talking of getting back home, and talking of... Oh, why is that on a wonk? But for now, I need to